So we are live.
Yes, here we go. You are in charge now. I can I can take a step back. No, it's still there. That sound is still there.
It's always, but there's no problem. I think with time, it's just gonna get to cut itself, and we'll be good to go.
Let's hope
Um,
so. Hmm.
Let me just try to see something here. I'll try to share it, Melody,
Okay, good.
before we get rambling like lions here. Yeah, so I guess cool. So we are live. We are live already, Melody, on YouTube. We are live on Facebook, and things are looking great. Uh, I hope you guys are keeping safe and you are doing good from wherever you're watching us from. This is Dreamers Club Bahrain. We are live with Coach Melody, love relationship coach, who's always coming with us here to give us some pokes, secrets, and how to do when it comes to love. Tonight we are looking at something that is very interesting, and just like I told you, Melody, I have to share this before you give us those tips, because some people will kill me for not giving them a share. Um, Let me just try to do that, Melody. Allow me to share it. Don't kill me. I'll
Okay.
try to get time to just do it.
I hope you guys can hear us. I can see people doing this already. And there's something wrong with my sound. I don't know what it is. And hopefully it will be resolved soon because it's really irritating. Apologies for that. We have tried everything. We don't know where the sound is coming from.
Yeah, your sound is so awful, Melody. I'll fine you for that. I don't know what you did today to your sound, but I'll be asking those who are watching us how much you can find Melody tonight for, not working on her sound. Um, but I hope it will get better. Let us wait and see. Anyways, let me just introduce this melody as we speak, and as we try to see whether it will get better for us to get people understanding what we do with our staffs here. Tonight we're asking a question that is it right, and is it possible that women can approach men and have a relationship that is productive, a relationship that is successful, a relationship that can last long, just like men do approach women. So on the other side of the bench is Melody Chademoya, who is a love relationship coach for that matter. Let me not fail to mention love. And she's also the CEO of Heart Passion Institute. She's doing a lot of good job there, trying to bring back souls that have been lost. They call them brokenhearted, but I don't think whether hearts do break. Hearts don't break. People just stop loving. People just stop feeling the good vibes that they used to feel. So we don't say that your heart is broken. Your heart remains so hard. So you have to harden your heart so it doesn't break. So that's just the smallest introduction I can give you, Melody. But I'll leave all the part of good introduction to yourself. Tell us who you are.
Okay. Sorry, I keep have to apologize for my sound because it's as bad. If it's as bad for me as it is for you guys, I'm so sorry. I hopefully it will be sorted. We don't know how to fix it. We tried everything. But my name is Melody. I'm a relationship love coach. I Can you hear me at all? Or it's just that I feel like there's some little animals chewing on the cable. Can you
Today,
hear me?
Melody, your sound is so awful. We can't hear you clearly.
Okay, I have to leave. Let me
I
leave.
guess you just have to leave and then come back. I'll keep you
Yeah,
off.
yeah. I'll do.
Just try. So Melody just left. We're trying to find the best way we can get good sound from her side. but we are trying to look at how best women can try to get relationship going. Like, there's some opportunities that people miss just because they are women, and because the culture and let's say the stereotype of women don't approach men make some women miss some opportunities. And I don't want to call it opportunity, but just miss some chances in getting men that they want to stay with or live with. So we are trying to look at it in a certain way where is it possible that we can move a step forward and forget about what stereotyping like men have to approach women. Melody, I hope that it will work for us right now. Can you just try to say hello?
Hi. It's Wes.
Unfortunately, still we can't get you.
I would try to get my phone, and I would try to talk from my phone, because it's so awful. You continue talking. I know you can do this.
Melody, this is what you have to do, because you have your phone with you, and we shared the link over the WhatsApp, so you can use your phone to log in as a guest, and then
Okay.
you can do it from there. So okay. You can just minimize from the laptop and then use your phone and get into the studio, and we can continue from there, right?
Okay, all right, that's fine.
So you can just log out from the laptop. Cool. So guys, as Melody tries to get the sound in place, I'm so sorry that we have a very important topic to discuss tonight, but sound is trying to give us some headache. But when things are good, the Saturn, they say so. But I don't like to say the Saturn. When things are good, every time there's always something that we call hiccups that comes in to try to, disengage people, to remove you, to make you lose hope, make you to drive out of this topic. But today's topic is very important, and you need to listen to it, especially when you are a lady. This is the time that you need to know how to approach men. Come on, guys. This is how Melody is going to tell you and show you how to approach guys. Because, as they say, women are being empowered. But people think that empowerment only is about cash, getting jobs, doing home cares and all that. But empowerment is all about helping women to understand themselves better. So Melody is here to help us do that. Unfortunately, the sound is just giving us a little bit of headache, but I'm so sure that we are going to work on that. So thank you, Mary Wangui. I can see you there. Nelta Chedamoyo and Olga Chadamoyo. Hello, John. Hello, Melody. Great seeing you guys. Great to see you, Olga. We are still waiting for Melody, but I'm asking this question. How best can women start a conversation that leads to a love relationship? That's the question you're asking. You're a woman and you see a guy who's very handsome, a guy who's built, and you feel, there's always like a feeling, when somebody that maybe you want to fall in love with gets along or passes by your way, you always have that aka feeling. We call it aka feeling, that gets into your body and makes you feel like this is the right person. But because you're a woman, you still have the fear. How am I going to start this conversation? How am I going to drag this guy into my box? So you take time waiting for this guy to hit up on you, waiting for this guy to start a conversation, but they're not starting, and time is running. And you look around, you have so many women, and you're feeling like, oh, if I don't make this move, maybe another woman will make the move, or maybe this guy will make a move and get another woman. So how am I going to do it as a woman in a respectable way? Because, the culture, the society feels like, when a woman makes a move, oh my God, people will say like, how come? How can a woman make the first move? It's not possible. I can see Melody back. Melody, can you say hi?
Hi. Still bad.
It's still there, but it's a little bit okay now. I don't know. Maybe it's your network. You're using the mobile phone, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's so bad. But anyway, we do what we can with what we have. I did catch.
Can you get your laptop away?
Yes, I can. I can chase it away from me. So far away that it's. Oh, the laptop is the one that's giving me light. But anyway, I can remove it altogether. Oh,
But it's a little bit better. At least we can hear you. Not like
okay,
it was
good.
when we started.
Okay. Yeah, apologies. You know, these things happen. Sometimes you think everything is sorted and then it's not. But anyway, this is what what happens with technology. Live production, right? Sometimes it works well and sometimes it doesn't. And I was catching what you were saying. I think we can move on from the introduction today and move to the good stuff.
Yeah. So Nelta is saying we call it a feeling too. That's amazing. I don't know. That's I didn't know that you guys also call it a feeling. Anyway, Melo, let's get to work now. I was just trying to introduce these guys into this conversation. Trying to gauge with them that sometimes you're a woman, you see a guy that you feel like this is the guy that you've been waiting to meet, and because of the society, because of the norms, because of the world, what people say, it's not right for a woman to approach a man. But we are going to delete this norm tonight, Melody, and I want the female who are in the room tonight, tomorrow, if they are single ladies who are here, and they've spotted someone somewhere and they don't know how to start it, we are going to get it through you, Melody. So the first question that I want to ask you, Melody, is it right? And mark the word right. Is it right for a woman to start a conversation that leads into a love relationship?
Oh, yes, definitely it's right. It's just that you have to do it differently from how a man would do it. That's you can't, because men are hunters usually. If you approach a man in a hunting masculine mode, you won't be impressed at all. So you need to up your feminine charm. You need to be on your softer side. You need to be connected to yourself, and you need to have good intentions as well. I know, and this is something I discovered in my late teens, that there are some women that have perfected the art of asking men out. And usually it's those women that have dated a lot, that have studied how men work. And they make, like, for every guy that asks you out, you usually make a space for them to be able to ask you out. When I mean make space, I mean, if I can see a mile away that this guy is interested in me, and if I'm not interested, I make sure there's no possibility for him to ever open his mouth and say those words. So men usually think they ask women out. They usually believe that. But most of the time, they ask them out because we have allowed them to ask us out. We have made this space available for them to actually come and say, oh, yeah, hey, I like you. Because if I don't want you to ask me out, you won't get a chance to ask me out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you are a woman and you want to ask a man out, you need to play it cool, but make your intentions known. Like, I know some people who have dated guys for such a long, dated guys without dating them, because no one has actually ever said, I like you as a boyfriend. There's a lot of assumptions, and this person doesn't know you like them, and this person might be aware they like you, but they're too afraid. So you get in limbo, and then the girl all of a sudden is gone. And because the guy maybe is too shy, too intimidated, too whatever to ask you out, you can still say, I like you. Would you consider going for a drink with me? So he understands that when I say drink, I don't mean it has to be alcohol. I'm saying drink because it's the easiest thing. You can say tea. I've gone for tea with people. You can, just so there are no misunderstandings.
Yeah, you've got to clarify that because people always feel like when you say you want to drink, it's alcohol, and generally those are the norms that I was talking about. There's this culture of people believing something, and you can't change their perspective of their minds out of such a thing. So when you say like, "I'm going outside to drink," first thing that runs into somebody's mind is alcohol, not coffee, not tea. So we have to do that. So now, Melody, you are saying that women, you are saying that before a man approaches a woman, there is always a permission from the woman for them to approach, which means that literally women do approach men in disguise. So what is stopping the physicality or the tendency of women going for it and opening the conversation is what we want to know, because sometimes you permit me and I develop cold feet and I don't move, but you are looking forward for me to come and voice out the message, but I'm not doing it. You are looking around and you see some females, and perhaps you're seeing that these females are getting closer to me than you doing, and you feel like, no, it's just the right time. I go get this guy and I tell him how I'm feeling about them. So how am I going to do that? How am I going to put it forward, not to appear? Because I want to stress this: the culture, the norm, the society is in such a way that when a woman approaches a man and a woman tells a man, especially Melody, I want to tell you here where I live right now, the Asian culture has put a woman in a distance such that, here you can't just tell somebody I love you. You can't just sit next to a woman. You can't just, there's a big distance between a man and a woman. And it's something that I don't know. I don't know how it will change, but with time, I feel like when the cross culture is coming into these places, it's a little bit changing, and you see the Asian women coming closer a little bit to their men and to us and that, because the brotherlyhood is coming up. The African child, we grew up playing with the girls, going to school with the girls, going to the market with the girls, going to church with the girls. And we were in a classroom where you sit two boys, it was a desk, and a desk of three people. So three people or three pupils, the person who sits in the middle, it's either a female, then a male and a male on the other side, or a male and a female and a female. So it made us to understand that a man and a woman is something that is one. The distance wasn't there. So now you're speaking to an Asian girl and you want to tell this girl to approach a man. How good, well, easy, simple,
Be yourself.
can she do that?
Yes, like you see, I think if you approach a person and say, "Oh, I'm going to ask them out," it becomes very difficult. Have a conversation. Like asking a person out is having a conversation. It's a conversation that starts with, "Hi, how are you? I like your shirt. It's very nice. So what do you like to do in your spare time? Would you consider company on this? If he says, I like hiking, for example. Maybe you don't hike in Bahrain because it's too hot. What can I say? I don't know what you do. What do you do for pastime outside? Or maybe just stay indoors. and so you find what they like doing, and then you say, would you like company on that? Can I come along? And you see how the man is reacting to you. So men are actually really easy because they tend to show they are liking you very easily. The body language, usually he's turning towards you, he's paying attention, he's listening to what you're saying, he's getting, not only listening, getting what you're saying. That means he's interested. So sometimes we might like a person, we have a crush on someone, and we approach them and we start talking to them, and we realize he's really not interested. Like, I'm talking to him and he's catching one word out of five. That person, you shouldn't bother asking them out because they are not interested in you. Yeah. So it's the same. It's like even with men. Like, You can't just say just because you like a person, they're going to like you back. Sometimes they don't, and that's okay. That's fine. That's freedom. I want to explain the Asian women phenomenon you said, because sometimes we have a misunderstanding of history or culture of life, because we don't look at other cultures as much. Like, I study other cultures because I want to see where things started and why they are where they are now. Yeah. So if you look at the English culture, or the Western culture as we call it, in the Western culture, a woman was supposed to dress in a dress that made sure this part of her neck wasn't visible, this part of her hand, her wrist. It was considered indecent for her wrist to be seen by anyone. So they used to wear gloves and dresses. They did not just wear one dress. Western women used to wear 3 dresses on top of each other, and the petticoat, and that thing, and the corset, and the whatever. It was actually a job trying to get them out of all those clothes. That's why they needed maids to go and help them take off the clothes. And it wasn't just the clothes, even their hair was not supposed to be seen. So they used to wear wigs a lot. If you look at history books going back, there is a lot of people with funny looking wigs. They used to wear wigs because it was indecent for their hair to be seen. And then they were wearing scarves, just like the Asian women now. The burqa thing, it's not a new phenomenon. It's been done before. It's like we all move at our own pace in terms of development. And then people will realize at some point, we are human beings. Just because I see another human being doesn't mean I'm going to jump on them and want to have sex with them, because I can control myself. Because I should be able to control myself, right? All these laws and all these things that used to happen for men to protect themselves from dangerous women is because men didn't trust themselves, and they felt vulnerable when they felt sexually attracted to somebody. They felt like they were being disempowered by women. So they came up with the rules like, you need to cover yourself from head to toe so I don't feel that you're sexy at all. If that was true, if that thing worked, there wouldn't be as many people in the world as there are now. Despite that, they were having 8, 9, 10, 12 children. So it doesn't matter about how many clothes they're wearing. Sexiness is sexiness. If a person is attracted to you, they will be attracted to you.
I get
It's
you,
your character. It's your character. It's your personality. It's your personality. That's the thing that people get attracted to, not what you're wearing. Yes, the clothes do something. They add or take away something. When they came to Africa and found us wearing barely anything, they really admired that. And that's, oh goodness. And admiring that, they came, they took, and they said, you know what? They are so happy over there, and they are practically naked. We are making such a big fuss about this. They came to us and they started telling us that, you're indecent. Do you realize you're naked? And then we said, we are indecent. We have to start dressing up. But we were okay.
I'm getting you, Melody, even though the sound cleared itself, it started becoming better, and then again it got to worse. I don't know what's happening tonight with us, but I hope this thing is gonna go successful, just like we had planned for it. So let me just bring into your attention this question, Melody. In as much as we have a way and we understand all these things we're talking about, what exactly stops women from making that move, like to go for it if when the time comes? What is always the gap that seizes women from approaching men and telling them their mind, even if not, because you will not just approach me and tell me you love me, you'll approach me and show me the sign. So what makes women not to show that sign and just divert and
what stops women is fear of rejection, because we are what do I want to say? We are motivated by outside things. Like we want to please. We want to. That's just who we are as gatherers. We are motivated by external things. Men are more motivated by the internal. So if you see a beautiful girl, you just decide, I'm going after her, even if she's way above your league. If you really, really want her and really, really like her, you will do everything you can to be seen. I saw a documentary recently of a man in where was he from? Italy or something. No, somewhere in Eastern Europe. I can't remember where. He moved to America. He became a millionaire. He started a donut shop. No, he was from Asia. He was a Chinese man. He He saw a girl he liked. She was from a rich family, and he went and he snuck indoors and stayed in the house for 3 days before the father discovered he was in there. And when he did, he nearly killed them. And he said it was worth it. That girl was beautiful. And so he got to marry the girl of his dreams, right? Because he had been with her for 3 days, there was no choice. So sometimes people do that. They take such high risks. Women are not risk takers.
Yeah.
We are so risk averse. We don't like taking chances. That's why you find we don't apply for jobs even though we are qualified for them, because we keep thinking there's something missing in us. So we will add more and more and more and more to make ourselves more beautiful, because or more acceptable, because that's the only way we feel we can be acceptable. As long as I don't feel it, I can't take the chance that I will be rejected. Whereas a man will say, well, if you don't try, you lose. Anyway, she might say yes or she might say no. Either way, no harm, no foul. And they will go and they will ask the girl out. But I've also discovered that there are some men that are such wimps, or sorry, I shouldn't say that, who don't have the guts to ask girls out. They expect the girls to do the work for them because they don't want to be accountable for the relationship. So if I don't know which one is which. So if I know, if you didn't ask me out and then we start having problems, most boys or most men will say, after all, I didn't ask you out. You asked me out and I had no choice but to say yes. Which means he is not as invested as he would have been if it had been his idea. You see what I'm saying?
I got you so clear, Melody. And the thing is, there's accountability and there's fear of rejection here. There, which you just brought up, and we have to talk about them separately. Uh, it's across gender. No one wants to be rejected, but getting the courage to accept rejection. I was watching one video today, and this lady was talking about how her parents, taught her to accept failure, and especially the father. Like every morning when they came back from school, the father used to ask them, "What did you fail today?" And every time they scored everything, every time they got everything perfect, their father would be sad and would be mad at them. But every time she came back and she's like, "Oh, that was so hard. I tried my best, but I could not." That's when the dad was happy. So the question is, who is there to teach the people today that to fail is okay, to be rejected is okay, not to hit the target is okay, because you are not failing, but you are learning. There's nothing like failure. When you understand that when things happen not the way you expected them, you are learning, you're getting something new. Who is there to teach them? When we go to school, we are taught only to win. We are taught only to get points right, to get marks right. When people do exam, those who get good grades are exalted. Those who fail, quote to quote, for me, nobody fails. Those who fail are seen as outcasts. They are seen as people who will never succeed in life. But when life rolls, it's a roller coaster. When it rolls back, you find out that those who performed well come back to work for those who never performed well in school. So who is there to teach people that rejection is okay, failing is okay?
Unfortunately, now at this time, nobody. Well, a few people have started talking about the importance of failure because failure teaches you a lot about yourself. Even if sometimes it's to teach you that this was not for you, or maybe you didn't prepare enough, or uh you didn't learn the last time. Because it's like even when you fail in relationships, right? You shouldn't take it like you failed because you
Yeah.
learned something about yourself. You might learn that actually this type of person is not my type of man or my type of girl because what she likes and what she does don't go well with me. And that's fine. And if you don't learn from that, that's when you start having problems because now you begin to think that, uh, things should be perfect. Yesterday, I was having a conversation about someone and I was saying, you see, the problem we have is the born again people believe that we have all been saved, so there's no work to do. But actually, the work to grow your soul and your love is our daily thing. It's our work. It's the work we need to do. So you cannot say because Jesus died on the cross, my work is done. Because your work is just beginning. It's beginning for you to understand the need for you to raise your love capacity to the point where you can actually say, I will die for someone, and it's okay. But we don't do that. We start saying, oh, yeah, you should be perfect in order for me to love you. If you do anything out of my expectation, then you are not good enough, I will reject you. Instead of saying, when you make a mistake, it means you are learning from it, and I will love you enough to allow you to learn that mistake while I'm there supporting you. That is the difference between loving someone and, pretending to love someone.
Wow. I think, Melody, this conversation is a great conversation, and because of the sound, my wish is that we will have to stop this conversation until next time so that we get things right, because a lot of people are missing good information here. I don't know what happened tonight with our sound, but hopefully in a week's time, after next week, I think we are going bi-weekly. So in 2 weeks' time, we are going to do this same conversation again, Melody. We'll just hope that things are going to get well, because for sure we are having a great conversation, but unfortunately, even me, I'm getting hard to understand what you're saying, but at least I can follow it because I'm so keen. So let's just finish it up and then strategize on how we can do this again and find the correct means of doing it, and hoping that this is going to help somebody advance. Because I was going to ask you the next question, because we have talked about rejection, and then there is this issue that you brought about responsibility and taking responsibility, which is becoming a very big problem. Just like you said, you said it and I smiled because it touched me so hard. And somebody somewhere, maybe if she's watching this, she will be smiling as well. Because taking responsibility is a big issue, Melody, right now. Is a big issue. You might not understand, but when somebody like you talks about it, it hits me well, and I find it so like, yeah, you're the one who approached me. This is happening because of you. I did not know. If you did not come in front of me, I would have not approached, I would have not said it. But no, you said it. You're the first who said you love me, right? So why are you behaving like you don't love me? So when that question comes in a love relationship, that you are the first person who said you love me, that is responsibility. People are running away from taking responsibility for just accepting that we started a relationship together. Relationship doesn't start from one side. You started together. So let's close it right there, Melody, and prepare for this discussion in the next 2 weeks. I hope that, or maybe if we will get time, which I'm not so sure for next week, for next Saturday, perhaps in the middle of the week, if we can get a chance, we can do this. Let's keep chatting, Melody, so that we can see if we can find a day in between the week. We can do this again, Melody. We can repeat this.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, so thanks for coming, for joining us here, and those who are watching us, I appreciate you. We always our power, and as usual, this is a place where you can learn, you can restore back your soul, and you can restore back your heart. And as I said, as this started, we don't have broken hearts. We have hearts that are strong. And when you lose love, don't break your heart. Put your heart in a very tight cover so that somebody doesn't break it. People come and people go. We learn, we don't fail. When a relationship breaks up, it's only a relationship that breaks up, not your heart. So don't let your heart break. Break relationships, learn. And if you want to learn how to come up from such kind of an experience, people like Melody are out there helping you to come back again stronger and better with love relationships. Melody, women are broken right now. It's my second month on TikTok, and what I'm seeing from my posts is like we have broken women across the world and across the globe. And women need a restoration. Women need to be talked to. You know, people talk about empowerment. There's a lot of empowerment going up there, outside there. But this is what I try to tell people, that the people we are trying to empower are women that have already been empowered. These are women who have been educated, women who have money, women who are married and have settled with their families, women who are, I don't know, you can mention it all. These are the women who know much about empowerment. When you draw back and you come to a woman who is maybe has an access to mobile phone and some kind of bundle and internet, but they're not educated, they don't have good job, they don't know how to attend conferences for women empowerment. These women are broken. These women need some healing. And the only power and resource to reach them is such conversations, Melody. So until next week, Melody, I hope that I'll see you again so we can talk and we can restore souls and hearts that seems to be broken but not broken.
Thank you.
Cheers, Melody. Have a good night.